Alright, today we're going to show you how we make our California fish tacos.
It's really good, thanks Dad.
So good. I think it's Baja style fish tacos. It's got pickled onions and the cucumber sauce and the cabbage, and it's so good.
We start out, and this serves like 3-4. Start out with a pound and a half of cod. We have a breading. You can use any kind of breading you want. We just picked this up off the shelf. And we have a coleslaw that we make, pickled onions and peppers, with a cucumber sauce that goes over the top. We're going to start with making the pickled onions and peppers. Now, we did this a day ahead of time to give them plenty of time to pickle. The pickled onions, really simple. A small red onion. I like red onions just because of the color, to be honest with you. I cut up 2 sweet peppers. Now, if you want it hotter, you can always use jalapenos or even habaneros. And 1 cup of white wine vinegar, about 1 lime squeezed in there, a tablespoon of sugar, and about 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm going to put it all in this container, trying not to spill. And put in, this has never been opened, obviously. How do you open that? And about a cup of that. Is that a cup yet? What do you think? Is that a cup?
Sure.
Cameraman says sure. No, we need more. Say sure again.
Sure.
Okay. Now we're good. What did we say? A tablespoon of sugar? I have no clue what I'm doing. You know that. Not dill. Oh, salt. Salt. That's what we needed. A bunch of salt. Then we'll mix all this together. Oh, lime juice. Almost forgot the lime juice. Squeeze all that in there. Ooh, that's a good squeeze. Okay, now we can just mix all that together and put the cover on it and put that in the fridge. And this is how you make the slaw. For the slaw, we're going to start out with like a little tiny, or a half of a small cabbage. Put that in our container. Then 1 full lime squeezed in there. Here, lick that. Ah! It's going to take the same kind of pickling juice as the onions did, so we'll put a bunch of white wine vinegar in there, a little bit of sugar, and a little salt. We just mix all that up and then put that in the fridge and let that sit overnight. And to top it all off, the cucumber sauce. For the cucumber sauce, couldn't be simpler. Really easy ingredients. We're going to start out with sour cream, mayonnaise, a little bit of garlic powder. It calls for lemon juice, but I don't have lemons. A lime will work just fine. A little bit of dried dill. I suppose we're going to put a cucumber in it. That makes sense, right? And of course, a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, we're going to start by slicing up the cucumber. Then we're going to put it in this little container. Now I'm putting in about 4 or 5 good tablespoons of the sour cream. And then a tablespoon of the mayonnaise. That looks about right. Now, about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm kind of light on the garlic, to be honest with you. A teaspoon of dill. I'm a little heavy on the dill. And some salt and pepper. Then just mix it all up. All right, to begin, we're going to cut this fish into like 1/2-inch square strips. Then we're going to take that and put it down in this pan here. Then this isn't a beer batter or an egg batter or anything like that. You can certainly do that, but when we're out camping, we tend to try to make it as simple as possible. And I did pat these fillets perfectly dry, or not perfectly, but I got as much juice off of them as I could, because this breading is going to stick a lot better if you do that. And then I'm going to let this sit for 5-10 minutes, and that helps to keep the breading stay on when you're frying it. To fry the fish, I'm just going to use good old olive oil. You can use vegetable oil, that's fine. I'm going to put about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch in our pan. Get that up to 300, 325 degrees. And then throw the fish in. Okay, I think our oil is hot enough. To test it, I'm going to take a little chunk of fish. Oh yeah, that looks good. So now we're going to very carefully put the fish in, being careful it doesn't splatter all over the place. And this isn't going to take long at all to fry up. Couple minutes, and then I'll turn it over. Going to move it around a little bit since it's not completely level, so all the oil is going down to that end. But that's looking good. Get that nice and crispy brown. Alright, I think 2 minutes and it'll be done. Alright, that looks done. So now, I'm going to turn the fire off and transfer it over onto a paper towel in a plate. Paper towels to soak up some of the oil that's on them. Whoops. And this is how we put it all together. Start out with, we're using flour tortillas. You can use corn too, doesn't matter. And we're going to put down a little bed of the slaw. Then some of the fish. Wouldn't be a fish taco without fish. It'd just be a slaw taco, and I don't think that'd be very tasty. Then the pickled onions and peppers. Put some of those on there. Then some of the cucumber sauce. A little bit of that. And to top it off, a couple sprigs of fresh cilantro.
If this is your first time watching one of our videos and you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the bell if you want to be notified.